All right.
Mersh tweeted out, so we'll get to it in a minute. Mersh tweeted out he has a special guest on tonight. Now, the special guest has arrived.
The puppet.
And it's a puppet. Ralph thought that Dagger Pussy was going on Mersh's show to expose him. The entire time, it was a puppet. It was Mersh's puppet was coming on.
It was the guy who ate logs Aaron or whatever, like the Dabbleverse.
It's Grifty the puppet, okay? The green puppet. Yeah. So Ralph did this entire pill stream, burning down his entire life and snaking this girl that gave him a crumb of pussy and aborted his child because a puppet was going on Mersh's show. Yeah. So Mersh said this: anytime I announce these type of things, they fall apart. So without spoiling anything, we should have a very special guest on Nightwave for the first time ever tomorrow night. Ralph interpreted this as it was Ice Dancer, Ice Pussy, or Dagger Pussy, or whatever she's called, coming on Mersh's show. Now, it actually turned out it was Tookie, the puppet from the Dabble.
Now, here's just a thought. Do you think he wrote the tweet like this to piss off Ralph?
I don't know. I actually very special guest.
My very special guest, Tookie.
Tooks. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great, buddy. How are you?
Oh, fantastic.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How are you, Mersh?
Oh, I'm doing good. I don't know if you know, but it's just been a banner week for me. Nothing bad happened at all. Everything's been peaceful, calm, and, all I can say is serene even.
I have no idea what's going on with you and that other guy.
That other guy. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I honestly, when I started this, I knew no one. I had heard of you because I knew you were like kicked out of Compound or something, and Anthony didn't like you or something like that.
A little bit of stuff there, yeah.
But yeah, and then I met you in Largo, and that was pretty much the first time I had seen you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'd watched your stuff because if you remember, that was like the first thing when we talked at the WATP thing in the green room. I was like, dude, I love your shit. Like, yes. I even said to you that I think the Dabble, even back then, I was like, the Dabbleverse is gay. It's tired. It's completely creatively bankrupt. And then I was like, but then you guys came in, like this crew, and just started doing shit that John never does, doing shit that KB, I'm looking at you, sometimes you don't do either. It's like they don't make anything or do anything, and it was like then you guys came out and I was really enjoying. Tookie is obviously now probably, I think, universally the most liked. You skate on a lot of shit. You're the most liked person in the Dabbleverse, and everybody here is a self-hating drug addict with mental issues, and for some reason they love you.
Yes, Tookie's like that kid in school who used to like mingle with all the groups, never really had a problem with anyone, but eventually the turn will happen. We don't talk about the turn enough anymore, but the turn will happen. But yeah, when I saw you performing live at Largo, I was like, God damn, Mersh is fucking funny. And then it was hard to find your show, but now that you're back on YouTube,
monetized, we're back on YouTube. And monetized for the first time in like 5 years, dude. It's
that's fantastic. Because now I watch you every night. It's fantastic.
It's fun. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
He's a big fan.
So I wanted to ask you about the whole situation with Karmic.
Oh, and stupid.
I want it on record, Tookie. You'll back me up here, right? We talked 2-3 weeks ago, right after the big stream with Karmic. And we just touched base. We were just chatting about some other stuff. And then I said, hey, man, I'm going to cash in because Tookie has a rule. Everyone gets one, like Spider-Man. Everyone gets one Tookie appearance. And I said, I might be cashing in my Tookie appearance soon. And you were like, yeah, anytime. And then I went, let's wait, because genuinely, I don't hate Karmic. And I was like, I have a lot of experience with people getting all paranoid in their head and then like going after me 10,000% and then finding out after the fact that I didn't do anything to them. I'm looking at a lot of you out there. And, but like, so I was like, hey, remember I said, let's let the temperature go down a bit. I'll have you on maybe in like November, I was thinking, because I didn't want to offend Karmic and I didn't want him to hate you or hate me or whatever. Now, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that retard.
I don't like
fuck him. No, but I was with you. There was a lot of Karmic talk going on at the time. And now that Karmic is back in his mobile home prison and going absolutely insane. I'm sure you saw everything yesterday.
And in my opinion, in my humble opinion, drinking again. From what little I saw, I was like, yeah, he's drinking again. He's fired up. There's no. And by the way, if I had to spend 2 weeks with Felicia Gillespie, I would probably drink myself into a fucking coma. So I don't even blame him for that.
Yeah, but I mean, then he goes home and it's just back to his life, whatever that is. Like, there's nothing else to do. He's got to drink.
Well, now he's going to have to drink because now he doesn't even have any friends left.
Yes, no, he was on a blocking spree yesterday.
Well, it wasn't just him. It was Felicia at first, right? And Felicia's doing some really sick, this is what abusers do. They isolate the person they're with from their support base and then and their friends. And then they're like, so she bans Doom, who, by the way, I don't know if you saw the clip where I tried to reason with Karmic and say, buddy, Doom is your biggest advocate. Like, I was warm on you at first. I'm like, yeah, this Karmic guy is a little weird, whatever. But then Doom was like, yeah, gotta check this Karmic guy out. He's the best. So when I saw Doom get banned, I was like, hey, justice for Doom. Boom, immediately banned. So she's cutting him out. And then she cuts you out. God. She cut God out of his life.
It sucks. I actually was trying to go on Karmic's show yesterday, but he changed the link because you used to have that universal
the EV Mux link that I could just click on it anytime.
Yeah, so I used to just jump in, and he had me on like 2 times, but yeah, I guess that's over. He's and I'm done. I don't care. I'll watch the fucking electric vehicle fire for hours. I'll just let him fucking, because if yesterday was a preview of what we're gonna get with Karmic's being alone again.
It's going to be a long winter.
The cold winter, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Remember, I made that point to him the first time when I said, look, even if you're with Felicia, whatever, I said, she's not going to come live with you, right? I said, who's going to be there for you in those cold winters, Felicia or the Crown Royal? I'm speaking as a guy who struggles with drinking myself. I know when it gets cold, the Crown's going to be there, baby, keeping you warm at night.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that the end of the Karmic story is going to be very good.
No, I don't either.
I'm scared.
And I tried to help him. And like, I know, look, I've been very open about, like, obviously I've been probably meaner to him than most, maybe anyone but KB. But when I'm mean to him, it's like, I just goof on like the retard thing with the puppet. It's like, I'm just having fun, like I never meant any ill will towards him. And he went off on, I got a clip I'm going to play later, but he went off about me using him and all this shit. And I'm like, all me and fucking Tookie did was make you a bunch of money. Never ask for any of it. We didn't ask for, all we did, I tried to hype him up against Imholt just to spite Imholt. I was like, if you get up at 7 a.m., I'll come on the show, I'll pump you to the fucking moon. And I never once said, hey, Karmic, where's my taste from the super? Like, it was always about just building up Karmic. And that girl has fucked his head up so bad. And now he's going to be isolated alone, like you said, in his little trailer house drinking. And like you said, I don't know if it ends well.
No, and I don't know why he would let her control his YouTube, because she has like 700 subscribers or something. She does nothing. Dude, for an entertainer, she does nothing on YouTube.
I won't even let a bitch drive. You know what I mean? Much less run my show. Like, and I'm talking, I won't even let my girlfriend drive when I'm drunk. I'm like, you're still getting in the passenger seat. I don't trust you.
So you want to get there alive, don't you?
Yeah, seriously. Worst case scenario, I might go to jail, but I'm not going to get us killed. You're going to get us killed. So, but yeah, no, I don't. I no longer have because Dixon's been trying to talk sense into me. Like, I know that's another thing that Karmic's like, he's part of the Dixon concern. And I'm like,
we all are.
like, I get along with Pat. He happens to be on after me. That's because he's like, you're always on his show. And I'm like, because he's on right after me. I'm already sitting here at my fucking desk. I'm having a beer anyway. And Pat goes, you want to come on? And I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to some piano. And it turned into this whole paranoid thing. And I had to point out to Karmic, I'm like, I didn't even like Pat Dixon like 6 months ago. Like, I had issues with Pat like a year or two ago, going back with Ralph. When I was on Ralph's show, this is all tied into Ralph. When I was on Ralph's show years ago, I was blackout drunk. I mean, I had like a full bottle of JMO in me, empty stomach, didn't eat all day. And it was one of those where it was like, all right, Daddy probably shouldn't be on stream anymore. And like, I finished my show and then I went on to do Ralph's show and I was just hammered. And there was a misunderstanding and I got in this blood feud with Dixon for like 3 months. And then we went to a live event in Dallas and we were both booked at, and we ran into each other and I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, hey. And I was like, yeah, I was all dumb, right? He's like, yeah, it's fine, stupid. And we're cool now. But like this idea that like me and Pat Dixon are working together and we're like, oh, I can't wait to get like, it couldn't be great, like further from the truth. And Pat wouldn't be talking about these two if they just stopped fucking streaming everything.
Yeah, I mean, Karmic's on like 3 times a day now. And that's the thing. Like, if these people actually did shows and didn't just talk about, you know, how horrible their lives are and all this crap, we wouldn't have any ammunition to goof on them about their lives. But Karmic and Felicia are the ones who have told us everything about their stupid relationship. And now Karmic's like, oh, you all make fun of my relationship. Fuck you all. Fuck you, eat my shit.
You dickless fox.
He's obsessed with shit.
And dicks and shit. And my favorite, so my favorite 3 Karmic moments of all time are when he was at his most disgusting. So I would say the number 3, actually I would say the number 3 most offensive thing he ever did that I loved was the wanting to dig up Pat Dixon's dead mom and eat her. That
was hilarious.
Yeah, eating Pat Dixon's mom's was pretty funny.
I'm going to eat where you came from.
Yeah,
I want to eat where you came from.
But by the way, it wasn't even like the way, like, I could see myself saying that to somebody, but it would be like in a one-off, like, you know what, keep it up, I'll dig up your mother and eat a bitch. But like he did like 20 minutes on it, expounding on it, how he was going to do it, where he was going to buy the shovel. It was insane.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the I'm going to eat Taz's debacle. That was another
I believe he said her yeast infection.
Yeast infection. That was a go. But the all-time greatest
I'd eat your period blood clots.
Yes, that was
Oh, wait, did he really say that?
No, but like it just sounds like him. But then the number 1 of all time is the when he went on for 20 minutes to describe Pat Dixon and Shmuel Buckman as Quadfather for like half hour. How they were like knocking his wheelchair over mouth, and then Shmuel gets in, and I'm like, I just remember watching it like, this is awesome.
I do remember that. He's like, oh, you climb up there and you face and tip him over and fuck the clutch of Felicia.
I just think he's a fucking a porn ruined, like, weird guy, man. Like, I don't know. I'm starting to see the dark side of him now.
He's a refurbished Terminator that came out homosexual.
Terminator.
Yeah, like when he wears. I was saying the other week he stopped wearing his sunglasses, and then all of a sudden he started wearing the sunglasses again, and he's got the leather jacket. He looks like a homosexual Terminator.
He really does, like a scratch and dent Terminator. Like,
I digress.
This Terminator bricked, and they brought it back in, and we refurbished it, and the OS is fine now. It's a little off. It's a little damaged.
It's just amazing because now I mean his show stinks now. Like, it's always stunk, but at least it was kind of funny, and he would get his but yesterday that was the Karmic I think we all want to see. But I mean, that's gonna keep but like today he was a little more cooled down, and it was just snooze fest.
Yeah,
he's got nothing. I'm sorry. Like, he's got the song. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't blow me away. I mean, his whole show is an infomercial for his music. It's weird.
What I don't get too is he's got like a whole catalog of songs, but he always plays like the same 8.
Well, a lot of them really stink.
But so do so are the 80 plays.
No, I know.
I mean, Ghost Party's a banger. I stand by that one.
Hot Shot, Ghost Party.
You ruined that fucking thing. What was the one? You ruined Hot Shot, and then what was the one that Melton fucking completely ruined for me? The goddamn the roller coaster chicken sandwich thing. Lip service. Lip service,
yeah.
Every time I hear that on Karmic stream now, all I hear is the stupid Melton mousy voice.
What the fuck? What is lip service? What's the hook for lip service now?
Lip service.
With your lip service. Yeah. God damn it. I don't know. Some of them are really catchy. I mean, the lyrics stink. The lyrics sound like they were written by an autistic 4-year-old, but
you don't like to hear about how she goes up and down on the bull machine?
I think that's a metaphor for something. I don't really know where he's going with that one.
You don't like women with impossibly small midsections but cartoonishly large breasts? By the way, Karmic, the women you draw, structurally, it wouldn't work.
No, they'd have horrible back problems. Yes. They look like Melton.
Also, Ralph would have worked for that joke too, but I know you're not into that lore. Did you hear KB going in on you today?
No. What now? Oh, I did hear something. He was having some kind of nervous breakdown at some point where he's like, Tookie, but I don't know what he was talking about. What was he talking about?
I didn't catch all of it, but it was the typical guy. He's a fucking piece of shit. Like, it was that kind of stuff, you know? And that fucking piece of shit Tookie. And I'm like, I was like, I had to take a nap earlier, like, because I was all hungover from yesterday. So I was like, which, by the way, I would not recommend this experience to people, but fading in and out listening to MLC, which is that is a weird fever dream to have, because you just have Kevin Brennan yelling in your dreams. But every time I would like kind of be awake a little bit, I would hear, "You that fucking Tookie," and I'm like, what did Tooks do? Why is anybody mad at you?
I don't know. He's mad at me because when I was doing my show on Tuesday, he sent me a link of Kumia talking about Stuttering John. He's like, hey, you should play this. It'll be funny. And we started playing it, and it was good and everything. But then all of a sudden, Ava called in, and JT and I were fighting over who was going to, get the...
That's a nice conversation to have.
And I guess KB was insulted because I didn't take his producer notes and finish the Kumia clip, because he's like, yeah, then they were all just talking about how that monster was good looking.
That's what he was mad about. Now I remember, it was the Kaylee girl. Was it Lucy Type? Was it Lucy Type Box he was talking about?
Well, he was talking about her, about something, but no, he was mad at us because he says we were pretending, but JT and I, honestly, we have wars over Ava, because we both have the hots for her. Sometimes JT and I take off our shirts and wrestle each other to see who's going to be able to, take her fair hand.
And let's be fair. I mean, the dick is just a bonus, right?
Yes. I mean, you can push that to the side, tuck it around, all that kind of cool stuff. To me, yeah, you hook
up with a trans person. It's basically like, when you get like a table or an entertainment center and you order it from Amazon, and then they always give you that little bag of like extra parts. Yes. Just a couple extra screws and an extra Allen wrench, just in case.
Fantastic. But yeah, I know he was mad about that, but then there was something today he was mad at me about, and I don't know what that is. I don't know. Kevin also has me blocked on Twitter for some reason. Kevin, unblock me on Twitter. I'm the only person who works for free for you.
He's so goddamn impulsive. I love him though.
He's funny.
He's impossible to hate. Like, I've had so many people come to me and go like, Brennan's bad news. He's going to stab you in the back, which, by the way, any one of you people can stab me in the back. You have none of my secrets. You don't have any of my bank accounts. You're not going to come to my house. I have guns. So really, what are you going to do? You're going to block me or you're going to talk shit, which that's fine. But like, everybody's got to watch Kevin. And I'm like, he can't do anything.
What's he going to do?
Like, and I'm like, even if he does stab me in the back, I'm like, you understand, I don't necessarily, like, the few times I've been on his show or whatever, it's not like I'm like, Kevin's a great dude. It's like, he is one of the funniest human beings on the planet. Like when he's on, you know what I mean? When he's just sitting there eating crackers and shit, not as good. But when he's on, he's the funniest man like on the planet at times. So I'm like, I don't know, man, I can't hate Kevin the way some people hate him. I'm like, it's because I'm one of those, I have a weakness. If you make me laugh, especially like a woman, if a woman makes me laugh, she's kind of got me, you know. It's the easiest way to win me over. And I'm like, yeah, man, Kevin, I can't ever, even when I'm mad at him, I'm only mad at him for like 2 seconds, and then he's screaming at somebody, and I'm like, all right, Kevin's fine. I love that guy.
Yeah, Tookie doesn't really hate anyone in this universe. I mean, that's what I was saying before. Like, I kind of mingle with all the groups. Obviously, you know, I like certain people better than others. And I do, John is a piece of garbage.
Well,
John is garbage.
I think that's universal, though.
John is garbage. I know. Yeah, well, Aaron's garbage, too. There was a part of this week where I did start feeling bad for Aaron. But then I remember that, you know, he's got one of my friends in a Frivolous HRO, which is meant for battered women. And for some reason, this judge is taking this seriously. Like, I don't know what is going on, but I guess
I'm not a lawyer, but my theory is that this judge hates everyone involved. Probably.
Yeah, I guess so. Because they were talking today about, like, maybe they were possibly looking for a settlement. And it's like, what settlement? Like, what are they going to settle? Like, what?
Well, Aaron wants them to not be mean to him on the internet. And that's just not going to happen, bud.
But these are physical HROs. Why isn't the judge going, oh, wait a minute. This is all because these guys make fun of you on the internet. Like, they're no physical threat to you.
Yeah.
This is a physical HRO. Why are you wasting my time? Like, why would they even entertain a settlement?
I think that with Rekieta, at least, given the legal issues between them, maybe there's at least you can make a case for like, well, maybe there is some crazy shit going on between these guys. Like, you know, it's reasonable. Like, I know if I revenge a girl and she was married, I would assume that guy'd probably want to fucking kill me. So, you know, I would assume maybe the court's like, hey, we'll take a look at this one. The Melton one is fucking egregious. That one's ridiculous. The Nick one, I think, is also obviously a bad faith HRO, and I don't think it has merit. However, I can understand why the court goes, all right, well, we're willing to listen to this one because I can see the bad blood here, as opposed like you guys both stuck in the same bloods. Like, this is going to get weird. Whereas Melton's like just a dude in Vegas who's like, look at fucking Aaron's puffy nipples. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, you're wearing a shirt with puffy nipples on the show. We're going to make fun of you for it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are physical HROs. Like, how can you even take the Melton one seriously? And I do not see Melton settling anything. No. Like, I don't see Melton going, oh yeah, I'll totally not talk about him. Like, that is insane. And that opens up a bad precedent for all this shit. If everyone starts giving in to HROs.
I have been on both sides of it with Melton, and he is very stubborn and petty. And I don't mean that like in a, like he's not stubborn and petty to a self-sabotaging extent, but he is stubborn and petty like any of us would be, where you're like, no, absolutely fucking not. I did not do anything. I'll spend the money to prove that I didn't do something. This is bullshit, you know? But it's been, I gotta say, I do feel bad that Melton has to waste money. Rekieta's got to waste money on these fucking things. But I am grateful to Aaron because all of the little gifts that he gave us in these court documents that are, by the way, going to last forever. They're now a matter of public record. And he has said under penalty of perjury and testified under oath that the trolls really bother him and everything's misdirection. Like, I remember just laughing at, oh my God, you had to write, I'm scared of Patrick Melton and Nick Rekieta. I'm like, you couldn't get me like under duress with a in my head. Handed me a pen and said, I want you to say you're scared of any of these streamer type guys. I'd go, I can't do that. I just shoot me then.
Your Honor, they talked about my genitals. They talked about my genitals, how it's shaped like a hockey stick.
His topless photos. That was another one. God, I love that. That is my favorite. Aaron's topless photos, which, I mean, everybody picks on him for having tits. And then you're going to go into court and go, Your Honor, under penalty of perjury, I do in fact have tits.
Yes. Oh, dude. Then in his court statement when I was there, he used that as basically like, I know what it's like to be a victim of revenge porn, since I had images of myself shared with a live audience or something like that. Topless pictures of myself. What kind of guy calls them topless pictures?
Of fucking a word I can't say because we're on YouTube tonight, but terms of service. He's a real terms of service. They're going to take my channel.
He's a real karmic.
He's a real karmic. Can we start using that? See, we used to use, all right, so I'm sure you've heard the term NF, right?
Yes.
Well, we obviously can't use that term anymore. So on Revenge
What? We can't?
Well, not on YouTube.
Oh.
So we resorted on Revenge of the Cis to, I don't know if you've ever heard of Rob Smith, but he was like a political commentator. He was a Republican, but he was a gay black guy. And everyone hated him. Like left-wingers hated him, but right-wingers also hated him. Like every time he could speak, they're like, yeah, you're a black homo. We don't care. Like, we don't care what you think about conservatism. Anyway, this guy ended up like stabbing, right-wingers in the back and going back to being a Democrat. It's a whole thing. But we started calling them Rob Smiths. So that's
fantastic.
So if you just want to call somebody a homo or something, you call him a Karmic. But if you want to call him an NF, you can call him a Rob Smith.
Karmic also works for retard. So it's kind of like fuck. It's very universal. Be used in many different ways.
That little KB segment was one of the funniest. Like, I know you said, oh, it was lazy of me. I don't care. Every time the word retard got used, it was funnier and funnier. It was like when you said, how come if a guy fucks a retard, then everybody would hate that guy. But and then you did the whole, I can't. I wasn't even going to do a show today. Dude, that video had me. Like, I thought a ghost was going to leave my body. I was howling at that entire fucking supercut. What a great appearance that was.
Thank you. But yeah, think about it in that way. Like, let's say there was a female Karmic where it was just this chick who had this music. She played it. She had AI guys with their big swinging dicks, dancing to the music. And then one of these guys was like, hey, I'll fly you out to my house. And
that is a little weird, yeah, when you put it that way. And this guy is like, kind of tricking this girl into thinking they were in a relationship, and then when she got home, the guy was like, "Oh no, we're not in a relationship." And then the girl got all depressed on a Sunday and did this marathon stream, and everyone felt bad. And then the girl flew right back to the guy. Like, if you just changed the roles of gender, this would be such a more horrible thing. Oh, yeah, no, of course. But then again, I mean, if there was a female Karmic, like, again, it's, he reaches that threshold of where it's like, you're not technically retarded. I mean, he's obviously a mental complete, a mess. But, if there was first of all, if there was a female Karmic, I want to see them titties popping out of that fucking Michael Jackson Pepsi jacket. God, female Karmic, what a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he's got nothing. The show stinks.
What are we gonna do? Like, I still want to save him, Tookie. What do we do?
I don't care. I really don't.
Look, I'm going on my new arc. I'm Mersh the Merciful now.
Oh, well, I'm Tookie the Terrible. And next time I'm going to give Karmic the swift push he needs.
You and I have flipped now because when we did the show with him, the big stream where he made all the money and then stabbed us in the back. But when we did that stream, we were completely roles reversed. I was merciless, Mersh. I was on one that weekend. I think things are finally coming out on the internet that might explain. If people do the timeline, they'll go, oh yeah, Mersh was in a mood that weekend. I came in to just hit a wrecking ball and leave because I wanted to make content. And then I left, and then I was so late in the day, like it was in the morning, I went to sleep. And I didn't know you went on until I woke up later, and then people went, yo, that stream got insane. Tookie was on there. I was like, wait. I'm like, how much longer did it go on for? They're like, another like 4 or 5 hours. And I was like, what? They're like, Felicia called in. I'm like, what? Like, turned in, but you came in like a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like It was like the two parents. Like Daddy came home drunk, punched the drywall and was angry. And then like Karmic was cowering. And then you came in and you were like the mom with like, here's some pizza. And you know how dad gets sometimes, but you got to shape up. You got to get your grades up. You know, you try to show him some love. Mm-hmm. And
well, I was on with Cardiff and the chat was going, Rocco, you got to go over there. Tookie, you got to go over there. Karmic's crying. He's not in a good place. So I think I heard the beginning of you talking to him, and then I had to jump on with Cardiff. So I kind of missed everything. And yeah, I mean, I literally talked to him as a regular person. I gave him my number and everything. I was like, hey man, if you need to talk or anything, I was like, I'm sure I'll just give this to Felicia at this point for some kind of weaponizing. But I didn't care because yeah, I felt bad. And then the kicker of everything was the day I went to Minnesota, this fucking retard who doesn't leave the state for 41 years decides to go see Felicia again the same day I get there. Because I was totally going to go there after the court thing because I had nothing else to do.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, I was going to go up there and hang out, see how he lived.
He didn't even wait a few days. Like he
bolted right away. His stream was on Sunday. And what? It was like I left on Tuesday or did I leave on Monday? I don't remember. I feel like he left the next day. I don't remember.
I do know it was like quick. It might have been the next day. It might have been the day after, but it was within 2. Like I remember like covering
it was Monday
from the day before. And then people going, yeah, he's already going to Pittsburgh. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was. It was the next day because I did Tookie Soup on Tuesday, which was the court date. Yeah.
And you were so mad, you almost fucked up the Lil KB segment. You actually got off track for a second. Like you were doing Lil KB and then Tookie's voice started piping. You were like, and that son of a bitch, and he snaked us. And you're like, that's not, no, we'll do that later. But I could tell it was even ruining your Lil KB bit. You were like, I'm so mad at Karmic.
Yeah, no, I did. I wanted to go hang out with him, but he decides to leave. 41 years, he doesn't leave his town. And then the day Tookie comes, he's like, oh, I got to go.
So I got to ask you, because you got your crew, and I do like Cardiff. Cardiff's done some great stuff. OJ, what's his deal?
What's OJ's deal? OJ is a guy who...
He's in Orange. I know that.
Yes, he's in Orange. He is a prolific prank phone caller from back in the 1950s or whenever prank phone calls were huge. I met him through another guy who that guy ended up getting horribly drunk and pissing on OJ's clothes.
What?
At DabbleCon.
Wait, pissing on like his clothes while he was wearing them, or were they a pile of clothes?
Well, that's what we were all asking. But yes, apparently it was a pile of... He pissed in OJ's suitcase. Now, I had already had a falling out with this guy, so I didn't like him. And OJ knew that. And after this pissing episode, I got a call at like 5 a.m. from OJ, or a text, and it was like, hey man, I'm sleeping in my car because that other guy pissed all over my stuff. He got super drunk and he just pissed in my suitcase like it was a toilet.
Dude,
so I said,
that's
OJ,
a problematic drinker.
Yes, he's a very, very problematic drinker. But I said, OJ, come up to my room. You can sleep on the couch. I will bring you in like Jesus. I'm even going to get bagels. And OJ was like, what's a bagel? And I was like, I will introduce you to some of the finest Jewish cuisine you have ever had. So I gave him his first ever bagel. And from there, we built a relationship where he puts up my super tips and super chats.
Okay, that's a very good, solid relationship.
No, I mean, he's awesome. He's an awesome dude. And then Cardiff, I met because Cardiff did a live stream just based on... Before I was live streaming, I was just doing pre-recorded videos called Be Dabbler, and they were just mostly based on John and Opie. And I was like, man, these videos are a lot of work to do. And then I saw everyone live streaming and how lazy that looked. And I was like, oh, Tookie should be doing that.
Yeah, that's why, dude, a lot of people started off making content and then like Mr. Medicare, Ethan Klein, like a lot of these guys made videos and then they went, oh no, you just stream and then people super chat you. This is way easier.
Right. So I started doing that. But before that, Cardiff did this whole video base, just kind of talking me up for some reason. And at that point I was, trying to raise money to go to DabbleCon. And I ended up, raising enough money to go to DabbleCon, and then and that's where I met Cardiff, and the rest is history. And we all just started doing these shows together because we legitimately have fun with them. When we really don't exchange money, the three of us. We all do our own thing, and we try to hype each other up. Like when OJ came, I said, OJ, this is your opportunity, because I was getting some popularity. So I was like, use the my channel to help your own channel, and he did exactly that. And now he snipes John every day, and John actually copyright struck him today. John is very mad at OJ because every time John goes on during the day, OJ is there sniping him. I don't know how he got a copyright strike through, but I'm sure it'll, if OJ appeals,
you have to appeal it.
Yeah,
I mean, you know how the process works, right?
Yeah, I've been struck a couple of times.
Yeah,
John struck me because he said that
a copyright strike just means you're getting a timeout for 10 days to a week and 2 weeks until they fucking, because these people are never going to get lawyers. They're never, even the big companies won't. Like we took on Feld Entertainment years ago, and they're like, they own like motocross and like Barnum and Bailey and a bunch of shit. And they tried to strike us, and we went to fucking war over it, and we ended up winning. Like it's so hard to. Nobody's going to take you to court for your fucking, 300 member stream.
Yeah, but John's weird. Like John is, he's determined to fuck someone's life over all this.
Yeah, he is. His own.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. He's
fucking Wile E. Coyote. It's like he's like, this is how I feel about, again, not to get specific, but I got my own fucking problems this week. And I've been watching another person try to set up increasingly more ridiculous machinations and then blowing himself up in them and me being like, yeah, I don't, I'm just running by like the Roadrunner. Like, I'm out of here, dude. I got my own show.
I love chocolate covered macadations.
Macadations?
Those are fantastic. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Chocolate covered macadations are very good.
Wait, are you talking about that Ethan guy again?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? All right, so what's going on? There was some little filly that broke your heart?
No, it wasn't that at all, actually.
Right, we don't have to talk about that.
No, it was the other way around, I guess.
You broke her heart.
No, she broke his heart.
He broke your heart?
No, this is going to be...
You broke his heart.
We're doing a who's on first here. She broke his heart, I think. And I got blamed for it, even though I literally had zero to do with it, other than knowing the girl first. But I didn't, wasn't like that in the biblical sense, is what I'm saying. And then
Are we in high school? What is happening?
I don't know, man. All week I've been dealing with Karmic crashing out of a pussy, Ralph crashing out of a pussy. Everyone I know is crashing out of a pussy, and and I'm sitting in the middle, like, what do you want from me? All right, a little good fellas, but it's just like you, man. I just want to have fun, make fun of retarded people. Do goofy jokes. I don't want to dox people. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to go. I don't want to go after your kid. And that's the other thing with John. I'm tired of hearing about you going after my kids. Your kids are like 30, bro.
Yeah, they're adults. Yeah. I'm sick of that too. I'm sick of hearing about my kids. Your kids. I'm 42, and your kids are old enough for me to appropriately fuck. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So it's like I wouldn't. You don't want to hang out with Knight Melendez? No.
Used to be a chick.
I don't. But Tookie has a theory. I think John is using Ava as a way to show his son, daughter, whatever, I can be nice to trans people. See, I can love trans people too.
Because he's so obtuse and retarded that it's so obviously an attempt. And it's like, I guarantee you his daughter son, I'm sorry, whatever. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm genuinely like, that was a slip, YouTube.
Tookie is.
Terms of service. That was a slip. They're going to take my channel. So by the way, we have two different Brennans. I do the very nasally whiny one and you do the, and you've ruined my life with that. Yeah, you do that one really good. But you, it's like an earworm. You drilled it into my brain now. What? Like, and I'm doing it in my regular life to people on Zoom calls now. Like, I won't hear some, and I go, what? I go, no, stop.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy how easy it is to influence this whole universe, this whole Dabbleverse.
It's so fun, isn't it?
I hear, because I hear people doing the impression of KB. The what?
Yeah, I do.
And even yesterday,
it's in my regular life. I do it to people. Now I go, what?
When Kevin signed off yesterday, I think he gave a little homage to Lil KB because he went, which is something I just did again out of laziness. I don't know. You're just looking for anything to making Kevin laugh is the best part of doing that show.
Oh, it is. No,
it sounds gay, but it's true.
I understand it though. I've said that on my show before. I'm like, I kind of am proud of myself when I go on there. Like when I went on with Karmic and MKE and we just laid into Karmic. Like, yeah, I kind of like my favorite part was when the audience, like, when I told him, he said Felicia's cute and I was like, calm down, grandpa. And he kind of laughed at that. I'm like, see, like, that's when I go, all right, this is fun. I like making funny people laugh. And
what
dude, I'm telling you fucking ruined my life with that. Like, and I'm not even just talking about on my show. I do it off the air. Like, I constantly know what. And by the way, the phone with the dick, just like everything about it was fucking great.
Oh, and that's all Lockie McDonald. Dr._Omega Tattoo, I think. God damn it. I don't know. He's on Instagram. Lockie McDonald's. He's a fantastic tattoo artist and all around artist. He does custom things to cars. He's constantly, his life is art. And he just made that. I didn't ask for that. He just made it. And I bought him a shitload of materials to make more puppets. So we should have some more characters coming on. Yeah, he's awesome. He's the best.
It really was just the perfect. I mean, it's so ridiculously over the top, but it was. It's
amazing,
and it's
amazing.
The phone, and then you had me dying with just the little stuff that was killing me. Was like, I wasn't even gonna do a show today.
Oh my God, I've listened to all these shows so many times.
I can't even. Like, I was just dying laughing. Like, and he was loving it. He was literally sitting there.
Well, that's the best part is because Kevin could have easily been like, what? That doesn't even fucking look like me. What? Like, he could have just like no-sold it. And, but yeah, that's the best part because if you are actually funny, Kevin will legitimately laugh and go along with, what's going on. And that's fun.
But and it's one thing I've noticed, like people that will like, I've noticed like you have like, for instance, Opie is a great example of somebody who, like, I've always said there's a difference between people who say funny shit or say shit funny. And like Opie's one of those that's like, hey, doggy, and like the whole blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm doing everything whack, but he never says anything of substance that's funny.
And he knows that. That's why he keeps doing it.
But it's very rare that I see people that can say shit funny, but also say funny shit while doing it. It's like, it's like when you see an impressionist that has no material, but they do a really good impression, like a Rich Little, and you're like, oh, this fucking stinks. Like, he does a good Carson, but he's not funny. You were killing me with the Lil KB shit because you were saying shit that I knew was like, all right, this is you. It's not Lil KB, but it was very funny. My favorite little line that didn't get enough love from people was when you were arguing with Felicia and you were doing the whole like, how come you didn't report Pat for abuse when you had a chance? And then now you're telling everybody he abused you, And she goes, well, why don't you look into the blah, blah. And you're like, no, you. And then the way you said this killed me. You go, no, you explain to me. You tell me why I believe Pat more than you.
Well, yeah. And that's part of the, you were talking about
explain
Pat
to
before.
me why I believe Pat more than you. And I was like, yes.
Well, that's, what do we call ourselves? The Pat Dixon.
Oh, the Dixon concern.
Oh, the Dixon concern. Yes, we are proud members of the Dixon concern because, I mean, all Felicia has is her word and all Pat has is his word. And I don't know. I've met Pat. I know Pat. I don't know Pat, but I've met Pat. He's a very nice guy. And like I said, I mean, she had the opportunity to get it on a record, and it wasn't on the record. And I guess she's saying, "Oh, well, you don't understand what it's like to be a survivor of abuse. You know, you want to protect your attacker or what." I don't know what she was trying to say, but she was trying to say, "I don't understand why she didn't." I feel like that Pat hit her.
Yeah, and I feel like, I know there's a legal statute of limitations, but there should be a social statute of limitations, like filing an insurance claim where it's like you can't like break up with a guy and then like 3 or 4 years later be like, "Oh yeah, he abused me." It's like, all right, you can't, like, why,
And then we're just supposed to believe her.
Like, at least Keanu, in her defense, had the goddamn like police reports to be like, "Yo, this guy tried to break my wrist." You're like, damn, okay, you did tell the cops, "Hey, he tried to do this." But like,
that's messed up.
Yeah, but like when you just kind of like did you ever hear Chrissy's story about the so-called abuse from Pat?
Yeah, he like smacked her on the ass.
He punched her like near her butt, like on her side aggressively. And I'm like, then that's not like, I could understand like that being inappropriate, or maybe like we've all been a little too drunk sometimes. Maybe you squeeze a titty too hard, or whatever. And you're like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," But like the way she described it, I'm like, that's not abuse. And it was like in front of a bunch of people. So it was like, so nobody else said, "Hey, that's abuse." Like, right. Like, because if I see abuse, I'll point it out in public. I'll go, "Hey, whoa, what are you doing?" You're like, tell me nobody did that. It was a public. She said they were at like a club or something. I'm like, so nobody said, "Hey, you're abusing her, man. Get your damn hands off her."
Yeah, I didn't understand that situation at all. That didn't sound like anything.
Dixon seems like a guy who abuses women mentally and emotionally, like an adult, like me. You know what I mean? Like real, like us, like real men. Right. We gaslight them. We make them feel badly. We make them think, no, but they're not good enough for anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can totally see Pat doing that. But
I can see any one of us doing that, because that's literally, we're all narcissists streaming. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm talking to a puppet on a Friday night. We're all a little fucked.
Exactly.
I have to gaslight women to be with me. I'm talking to a puppet on Friday night, and I'm wearing a goddamn a shirt with a cat with a flower crown that says Dreamboat on it. Am I really? Come on.
You look fantastic. But yeah, I could see Pat sitting there smoking a cigarette. Yeah, you want to fucking leave? Well, fucking leave. There's a door. Just fucking leave. Yeah. Like, where the fuck are you gonna go? Where the fuck who's gonna fucking want you? I
suppose you're gonna have to just take your 200 pounds elsewhere.
Yeah, right. Like, I can totally see that. Yeah.
Like, that's me. Like, I think the worst thing I have ever done is I'll brood and be mean. If I'm like drinking and pissed, I'll be mean, but I'm also like the kind of drunk. If I'm in a relationship and I'm fighting with somebody, I want to be left alone. So it's like, you don't have to be subjected to my meanness. Like, I'm going to leave and go to a bar or something, and I want to be left alone. If you don't engage me, there will be no meanness. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to come home and be a little sweepy, and then tomorrow we're fine. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you would keep engaging me, I will say mean shit. And it's like, that's why you should leave me alone right now, because you're a fucking cunt whore and I hate you. And I'd rather just go. Dude, me and Royce have had blowout fights in front of our producers, like in New York and stuff, in Airbnbs. No, but it's like, dude, he and I have been like, we're not even like best friends. We're basically like brothers at this point. Like, I've lived with him and his wife at 2 different houses. Like, we go back almost 20 years. So it's like, he's like my brother at this point. And yeah, we do ROTC. We run a business together. We're two very different, two very kind of domineering, but in different way personalities. So yeah, there's times where we have blowout fights. But like, when you get to understanding each other, and people, like, he knows me now. So like one night we had this blowout fight and we were screaming at each other. And I stormed out. It was like in the winter in Jersey. And I'm like, I'm fucking going to the bar before it closes, And the producers were all saying to him, like, is he all right? Do we need to follow? And he was like, no, he's fine. Like, he's like, I know him. He's going to go drink it off. He's going to go smoke some weed. He's going to come back. He's going to be shit on the fucking podcast in the morning tomorrow. Like, I think we were doing real ass podcasts the next day. He's like, yeah, he's going to be worthless at 10 a.m., but he'll be there. Like, he's pissed. Like, people who get to know me know, yeah, he's pissed. Just let him go blow off fucking steam and walk around. He'll come back and go to sleep.
No, Tookie totally understands that. Yes, Tookie. When Tookie is in that, in a mood, yeah, Tookie just wants to be left alone.
Well, Karmic says I beat women. That's why I'm like trying to clarify the record here. He's calling me a woman
Karmic
beater.
says whatever.
No, but he's
Karmic
calling me a woman beater
words.
now. I know, but it's so funny because it's like it's half based in truth.
Don't worry. Eventually, you'll upgrade to pedophile.
Oh, that'll be great. Like Shmuel. Like he was just calling Shmuel Buckman a pedophile. And I'm like, I even asked him one day, I said, what did Shmuel, because I like Shmuel. I'm actually, I know the Dabbleverse is very divided on Shmuel Buckman.
Mm-hmm. He's very nice. I think Shmuel's a very nice man.
And people know that I have been very critical at times of God's chosen people. But I like Shmuel. Every interaction I've had with him, he's a cool dude. And like people just like go in on the guy. But yeah,
because he's a living loogie. He just has, he's a very nice man.
Is there any funnier screenshots than the ones that like MGD and Serenity Now grab of Shmuel when he's like bug-eyed and he's got like the Lost in Space like alien backgrounds and stuff? He's amazing.
I think he has Graves' disease. Everyone is so mean. He's got that TED
Graves'
or whatever.
disease.
What is that, TED? Where they have the bulging eyes?
Yeah, no, it's Graves' disease. That was actually a good call.
But I have no idea. But I've met him at many live events. Him and his wife, fantastic people. He's always been super nice to Tookie. But my God, is he boring? No, I'm kidding.
He is and he isn't though. Like I actually do like his. He is a boring, like little nerdy, like bookkeeping list taking Jewish guy, but like he has a charm to him that, again, most people are going to try to hit a go live button in their life and they won't ever have any kind of thing that makes people go, all right, I'll watch this. Shmuel has something that makes me go, all right, I'll check out Shmuel.
Yeah, I've watched him a couple of times because again, I like the guy. But again, I mean, if you do
trying
a show,
to figure out like where people, what is the Dabbleverse, where people stand, and I'm like, I thought Jewish people hated like when you made lists, and started putting people in different encampments.
No, this is much more difficult than Schindler's List. To list the Dabbleverse and what makes you a dabbler and who is in the Dabbleverse and who's on the fringe of the Dabbleverse. We covered it on our show. It was fantastic. But I love that there are people that invested in all of this. Like, I know there are a lot of people who think the Dabbleverse is very stupid and very gay, and they're very right. Like, I know that you felt that way. I know that that Jesse guy feels that way. I don't know where Ethan stands on any of this, but I love that there are people like Shmuel that are so obsessed with this that they want to do like rankings and have these real like conversations about, okay, what is a dabbler? What would your definition of a dabbler?
Philosophical discussions about it.
Right. Like, it's crazy. Like, I would love to
and
hear
then the best part was not only were they like being philosophical about it, they were arguing, which made it great.
Oh, it was a big debate.
It was turning into the New York City mayoral debate.
Mm-hmm. That was point Dabble point. But yeah,
I need you to stall for me for like 60 seconds. I just need to get another beer. Oh, Jesus.
All right. Go get a beer. Go. I'll be like Johnny Crutches.
All right. So Merch is going to go get a beer. Hey, I hope you don't step on any cats when you're over there. All right. So I do a show. I do a show Saturday morning. We'll be on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. East. Yeah, I do. Oh, it looks like Mersh is back. So that's fantastic.
I just took over like Johnny Crutches when Aaron leaves.
Yes. I'm panicking.
All right. So Aaron's gonna go.
He literally just does describe what's happening.
He's like,
he is now. I can hear the toilet flush and now the sink.
Oh, my leg's tingling a little bit. Oh, maybe it's coming back. Nope, it's not. All right. So, I do a show, and not that anyone cares or anyone's gonna listen.
Dude, the only time people care, he like whenever there's something that people care about, he chases them away.
Yeah, he stinks. He's another one that stinks. His show with his girlfriend that he's never met in real life.
I have a personal hatred of Johnny. And you know what's funny is like when I made him cry the first time, which by the way I've made him cry twice now, which is true. But when I made him cry the first time, I genuinely didn't even really know him or hate the guy, and I actually wasn't even fucking with Aaron that hard at the time. I was just kind of lightly going, all right, this guy's a goof.
That was the first time you made him cry, you mean?
Yeah, when I said like this guy sucks, like how much you paying this Colors gig, and he just melted down, and I didn't.
got nothing.
I felt bad about that. Like I remember like laughing about it for being like that's kind of fucked up. But then like as I've watched Johnny over time, he's such a fucking. I'm sure as a Jersey guy who's Italian, you probably know he's a fucking miserable. He's he's just a mope. He's a guy that's like it's not his MS that's the problem. It's not the computer that's the problem. It's not the water he spilled that's the problem. It's him. It's his fucking attitude. Like I've known people with MS that don't have that fucking mopey attitude, and they live good lives.
Yeah, and Johnny could be really like more popular, at least with the Aaron haters, by pushing back at Aaron every now and then. Like he is just a total yes man to Aaron. And maybe if he called Aaron out a few times.
Sometimes he slips. If you notice, like sometimes he'll be high and he'll forget and he'll slip. Like he said something one day about like how he's like, yeah, you know, I taught so and so, blah 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 blah. Like and like I saw Johnny go, wait, what? I don't think that's true. Like, and he stopped himself. Yeah, he stops himself sometimes. So there's something in there.
I see it with body language sometimes. Like a lot of times when Aaron
when
will
he
go
eye
back
rolls and looks down when Aaron's saying shit, and he's like,
"Oh, we gotta get to the goal. Oh no, things are not looking good. We're sure getting our shit pushed in." And yeah, you'll see Johnny once he starts rambling off the ways you could pay the tow. Johnny will roll his eyes and but yeah, Johnny knows his place. But I would love for Johnny to go rogue one of these days
and just go, you know what? Fuck it.
That's a really good Johnny. God damn.
I'm done. I'm done with all this, Aaron. I don't care about you. I don't care about the goal. I mean, I barely have legs. Christ. I have a daughter who thinks I'm a geek.
I'm fucking terrified at how good you are at doing everyone. Like you must be.
You're
a fucking psychopath. Like you must be doing this all.
You must be doing this.
He's turning into KB.
I know. I try. That's the thing. But a lot of these voices, like I used to do Joe Matarese, but now my Joe Matarese just sounds like you, and then you, and I try to do like you. It sounds like Karmic.
You just must be a lunatic in your car when you're driving.
Yes, I do a lot of practice while I'm driving. That is absolutely true.
Like, I can imagine you driving to work going,
it's actually not a bad idea to just set up a GoPro in my car and have that as Patreon content of me practicing these, like, because that's what I do. I listen to everyone and then I just repeat, like, just like how I was doing with you. I just try and repeat. So it's almost like I can, you know, I don't know. I don't know what. I didn't really do impressions before. That's the thing.
It's
I do
mimicry.
all these impressions of people I can't make money on.
Well, yeah, but you will. Now you've built up everything. Now you can kill off like 4 people in a Dabbleverse now, and you could just replace all of them.
Well, AI.
We don't need KB anyway. We don't need KB anymore. You know, we don't. There's a lot of people we can just get rid of.
It's true. But AI is going to do that anyway. But no, I would love to do a one-man Dabbleverse show, have a residency in Vegas. That is my dream. No one will come every night. It's just a show that loses money every night.
It's just fucking, literally like there's 38 people every night.
I was going to say like 2 or 3. And they make me do the show every night. It'd be fantastic. It's
kind of like the have you ever heard the fan theory about like the Eric Andre show?
No, but I don't understand the Eric Andre show at all.
Watch it at all?
I mean,
it's a pretty funny show. I loved that show. It was pretty good. The first couple seasons were great.
You know, he reminded me a lot of like that Tim and Eric, which was another show I never got.
Yeah. Did you like MDE at all?
What's that?
$1 Million Extreme, like World Peace, Sam Hyde.
I don't know what that is.
Stuff? Oh, you wouldn't probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't listen to any or watch anything besides old radio. Like, that's what, like, before the Dabbleverse, that's how I found WATP, because I ran out of shit to listen to. Like, literally. Like Howard, O&A, Ron and Fez, I had listened to everything because that's all I was listening to. And then I was listening to the Compound, and he talked about WATP, or Eric Nagel did. Someone did. And then I started listening to WATP, and I was like, holy shit, there are people out there who, you know, listen to all those old shows, but they're creating new shit, and they're talking about, you know, like Opie and what he's doing, and John. And because I listened to a little bit of John, and I was listening to Opie, and I was like, who's listening to this crap besides me? That's what I used to feel. I was like, am I just listening to this because I like these guys on those other shows? And then I found there's a whole world of people who are listening to this crap.
Well, especially the people that are like fascinating characters. Like, you brought up Matt Reese. Like, he's another one. I used to cover him a lot. I haven't covered him in years, but like, we used to cover him early on Nightwave. But like, he's so bizarre.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know, man. He's fascinating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
he is.
He's boring and he can't really sell out shows, and his comedy sucks now, but he's just fascinating. He's fascinating to observe.
It's just all these comics are fascinating to observe. And then to try and figure out how they actually survive life. Like, how they afford things. Because you used to like listen to Stern and all these shows and go, wow, I bet these comics make so much money. Like, they're all, you know, famous. They're on the radio. And then you realize like they're doing $25 spots. Like, you know, like, and like Ray DeVito, is he even making $25 a night? I don't know, but he's a comic. Like, that's what he does professionally.
God, the fucking, I don't know. Can you explain to me the origin between the beef between KB and Ray DeVito? Because he, like, sometimes it feels like it's put on and it's a joke, and then other times it just feels like it's so serious, and I can't figure it out with them.
I mean, most of it has to do with Hackmania. And because Ray and Pat Dixon were both going to Hackmania, and KB wasn't happy about it. He was like, if you go to Hackmania, I'm not going to pay you like ever again. I'm not going to have you on my show and pay you. And Ray was very, conflicted, because it was a substantial income for Ray, which sucks, because it's like Ray's basically under the thumb of KB, because this is the guy who pays Ray most of his money. Like, I think Ray's best year was when KB paid him like $19,000 that year.
Jesus.
No one else is paying Ray DeVito $19,000.
No. Was that for every day?
No. Yeah, like maybe once a week. Like, Ray was on pretty regularly, but definitely not once a week, or definitely not every day. Maybe once or twice a week. And then KB had his falling out with Melton. It's so hard to even remember why all these people have had fights.
I can't with fucking, yeah.
Right. So KB was mad at Melton. So Melton booked Ray and Pat Dixon on Hackmania, and KB was just like, basically like, listen, you have to make a choice. Either you go to Hackmania and never get paid to do my show again, or you can skip Hackmania and make money here.
Okay, but that was like what, Hackmania 1?
Yes.
So how long has it been now?
That's almost 2 years.
So why is it when I tune in after RTC's over, from 4 to 6 every day, by the way, guys, Monday to Friday on YouTube. But when Revenge of the Sis is done and I get in my car and I'm driving back from Royce's, I go to MLC. Why is the first thing I always hear just like that? It's just like fucking Ray DeVito. He'll suck a fucking an AIDS infested dick for $1. And that fucking cunt Hope Gutierrez.
He just, ever since then, he's really made it a point to point out what a loser Ray is. And but Ray has been on Kevin's show since then. I don't know if he's been paid, but it's very few and far between now. But yeah, Kevin just really And he also just thinks Ray's an idiot. Like Ray says a lot of things that, Kevin just thinks Ray's stupid.
Kevin killed me when he was fighting with Ashley Cummings, and she was talking about him posting shit on Twitter.
She's crazy.
But it was so funny. He just completely lied to her face when she was like, yeah. And he's like, you posted on Twitter? And he's like, what's my Twitter? And she's like, MLC, White Guys Comedy or MLC on Rumble. And he's like, no, that's Mersh. It's like, you fucking piece of shit. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, he's
such a piece of garbage, but it's like, it always makes me laugh. No, that was
He
Mersh.
does. He makes Tookie laugh too. But Ashley, she's another fine addition to this Dabbleverse.
She DM'd me one time. I tweeted out something that was like not very flattering about her looks. Like, I don't even think I was that mean, but I was like, it was just something like, oof. Like, it was something like very simple. And she immediately DM'd me with her phone number and was like, yeah, why don't we talk about this? And I'm like, talk about
what?
Yeah, I swear to God, I never called her.
That's insane. Yeah, she's insane. The way she snaps on people is like, shut up. You go after me? The thought that you would go after me is insane. That's insane that you would even go after me. Like, she has some inflated.
She sent me one DM and it was literally her phone number and like, let's battle this out. And I was like, no, what? Battle? What? I retweeted a picture of you and said, oof, I don't want to go on the phone over this.
Yeah, she's another one. Apparently her rent is like $3,000 a month. I don't know how she survives. Her, Ray DeVito, Chad.
I love that she like basically admitted she was one of those like yacht girls.
What's that?
You don't know what
a yacht girl?
You don't know what a yacht girl is? Google that shit, homie.
Oh, are you talking about like chicks that just go on like these big yachts with rich dudes?
Yeah, they just go on the yachts though.
And they just have fun.
Yeah,
they don't have to do any kind of sexual activities.
Paid a lot of money, and they don't.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and they don't do anything untoward, as Kiki likes to say. Bing, bing.
Oh, that's right. Because she said she was like on Richard Branson's boat or something, and he like threw her off.
She has like multiple boat stories where I'm like, oh, you were one of I worked in strip clubs for 15 years, and I spent 4 of those years in Miami. Ho, don't fucking tell me I don't know shit.
It's fantastic. What was your stripper name?
I started off naked, and then they would throw money at me to put shit on, just piece by piece. No, I was a DJ and then I managed. But that's
like Johnny Crutches.
Yeah, but that's where Karmic got this thing in my head where he goes, yeah, apparently Mersh has a real short temper with women. Apparently he hits strippers. And I was like, to be fair, I hit one stripper. It was a long time ago, and it was in a 15-year career in the strip club business.
Well, that's pretty good.
I've only done it once. Does that sound like I have a short temper? Because in 15 years in the strip club business, trust me, I've wanted to hit hundreds of women.
Yes.
And the one time I did it, it was to de-escalate a situation.
Well, see,
Karmic doesn't understand nuance.
He's a bit retarded.
It was like it was just a slap, and it was like a what do you call it? Sean Connery kind of a soft. It was a soft reset button type situation, and it was
Of course. What?
What? Dude, I honestly went in the next day thinking I was fired. Like I had my keys ready to hand in and everything, and they were like,
"Yeah, I've never had a job where you could slap someone, even if you've been there for 15 years."
I wasn't even I didn't say 15 years at the same place. I don't know if you know that strip clubs aren't exactly corporate gigs. That's true. I was only there for like 3 months. And I went in with my keys ready. I was like, oh, they're going to fire me today. And they brought me in, and the night manager was like, bro. And then he asked me, he's like, did that happen? And I go, yeah. He goes, I know. We already watched it on the camera. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, dude, that was awesome. I swear to God. He was like, and I was like, wait, really? He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, oh, I thought I was fired. And he's like, nah, man. He's like, I mean, don't do that all the time. But he goes, that bitch is fucking nuts. And then the caveat to that story is she apologized to me the next day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then I apologized and everybody was good. And we had a shot and everybody went back to work. And